Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Machedo is the best.
Hi there, Machedo. Speaking to you from Machedo.com. Who's Machedo and Think Personal Branding. Alright, I didn't actually plan to make a video today because my baby is actually not well. She is keeping sick. However, my phone was blowing, with tons of this message. This is Sheikh Mohammed getting, as per the title, it says here Sheikh Mohammed on his Twitter page, receiving COVID-19 vaccine today. Okay, so I thought I'd comment on this and just summarize my views. Now, first, let us have a look at what is being said. Sheikh Mohammed on his Twitter page, this is what he says, Twitter handle. He says, while receiving the COVID-19 vaccine today, we wish everyone safety and great health, and we are proud of our team who have worked relentlessly to make the vaccine available in UAE. The future will always be better in the UAE. It was dated 3rd November 2020. Time is 3:31 p.m. Okay. And if you check Gulf News, it shows a COVID-19 vaccine. Senior UAE officials who were immunized. Sheikh Mohammed is the latest UAE official to take the coronavirus vaccine. And here it shows Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President. Then you have Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, UAE Minister of Foreign Affairs. And you have Lieutenant General Sheikh Saif bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Interior. Okay, so you have all these officials. If you just scroll, you'll see all of them one by one. You even have UAE Minister of Culture and Youth Noura Al Khabi, okay, and Abdullah bin Zayed. Okay, all these guys. All right, fine. Now, let's understand this much. Simple common sense, and this is not me shitting on Sheikh Mohammed or simply trying to bash him up. I don't like to do that because the thing is, I like the guy. Whatever you might think, I like the guy because I think he's a great leader. But I just feel that whomsoever is giving him advice or whomsoever is telling, listen, Your Highness, you need to do this, you need to do that for the PR, for the betterment of the image, that guy should be, just kicked out of the country, should be jailed, should be thrown out. I mean, he's literally giving the most stupid advice on the planet to Sheikh Mohammed. And I'll tell you why. Okay. First, instead of taking my opinion, just my opinion, let's go to google.com, search, is there a vaccine for COVID-19? I want you to type it out. Is there a vaccine for COVID-19? That's the first thing. Now, this is from WHO, World Health Organization. This is not from my opinion. This is not Sheikh Mohammed's opinion. This is not Macron. This is not Putin. This is not Donald Trump. Okay, this is WHO. Now, please don't tell me WHO is also fake news, and then who the fuck do you trust? Okay, so we are going WHO. Here it says, as per google.com, common question, is there a vaccine for COVID-19? The answer that is typed here from WHO, it says, while there are a number of therapeutic currently in clinical trials in China and more than 20 vaccines in development for COVID-19, there are currently no licensed vaccine or therapeutics for COVID-19, March 17, 2020. So as of now, there is absolutely no licensed vaccine. Okay, no solution, nothing. Now, let's go a little down. And the next question you get is there a vaccine drug treatment for COVID-19? Here, once again, they say, while some Western traditional or home remedies may provide comfort or elevate symptoms of mild COVID-19, there are no medicines, once again, there are no medicines that have been shown to prevent or cure the disease. So there is no medicine. WHO does not recommend self-medication with any medicines, including antibiotics, as a prevention or cure for COVID-19. However, there are several ongoing clinical trials of both Western and traditional medicines. WHO is coordinating efforts to develop vaccine and medicines to prevent or treat COVID-19 and will continue to provide updated information as soon as the research results become available. So, let's understand this. By default, there is no cure for COVID-19. There is no cure. There are medicines that they give you. It kind of elevates the symptoms. It kind of heals you after a period of time. But as of now, officially, there is none. Okay. Then if you look further down, it says which country will be the first to receive COVID-19 vaccine. They give you a vague answer. In the coming months, we hope all good news, and they will give priority to older people. So there is no answer there. Now, let's go to UAE. Let's go to another page on google.com and type UAE COVID-19 tracker. Okay. So as of now, UAE COVID-19 tracker, when you click there, coronavirus tracker, coronatracker.com, it says here 136,149 confirmed cases. That is 1,008 new cases today. 133,490 have recovered. 503 deaths with 6 new deaths. Okay. So critical cases in ICU, 0%. Daily cases receiving treatment, 2,156. Okay. Daily confirmed cases in a population of million, it is 13,710. The fatality rate is 4.4%. Recovery rate is 98%, which is good. So here's my question to you. Okay. Here's my question. Now, if UAE has a vaccine, okay, if UAE has a vaccine, then shouldn't it be like there should be, all the newspapers talking about, wow, UAE has a vaccine. Yes, UAE has healed, UAE has discovered the vaccine. Oh, hoorah, China, USA, everyone should be running to UAE and say, please, can you give me a vaccine? In fact, even if you check google.com, the statistics, you can check the graph, how it's going. It's not going lower. It's actually going higher and higher. So now, if this is what is happening, not only in UAE, around the world, why are they coming out with this nonsense that, oh, the UAE vaccine? What UAE vaccine? In fact, here's a better question for me to ask you, okay? How do you know? Here's my question. How do you know that Sheikh Mohammed has actually got a vaccine? How do you know this is not just posing? How do you know it's not vitamin B complex? How do you know it's not just nothing? It's just water. How do you know? How do you know? Has anyone gone and authenticated this? Oh, this is actually a vaccine. Maybe they're just posing. What I feel, I'll tell you what I feel. See, just have a look at the photograph, man. Just look at the photograph closely. Okay, the link is put down. The guy is old. Just look at his face. It's completely silent. You can make out from his eyes. Just look at his eyes. One eye is up, one eye is down. He's an old man. Look at his arm. It's completely withered. It's so white and it's completely withered, man. He's an old man. You think that they are going to risk putting a medicine which has not been tested, which they do not know the side effects, which they do not know what may happen. They are going to inject it, and that also a 70-year-old man, and that too the ruler of the country. You and I would not take a risk of trying a medicine which you don't know the side effects. We would not give it to anyone in our family, let alone someone who's old. Then you seriously think that a 70-year-old ruler of the country, who is the most important figure in UAE, the most important, they're going to give him an experimental drug that has not been validated by any country in the world? Come on, man. For me, personally, what I look at it as, this is the best PR, kind of marketing that they can give. Listen, this vaccine is safe. See, if the ruler is taking, you should take. And there are so many dumb idiots out there in the UAE that whatever Sheikh Mohammed does, they will do it. For example, Sheikh Mohammed had, this, his Mercedes 4-wheel that he had. After he purchased that, you know how many locals ended up buying exactly that 4-wheel Mercedes like a Jeep. Because Sheikh Mohammed bought it, they wanted to buy it. When he purchased the Range Rover, how many locals? Because they thought, oh, I'm like Sheikh Mohammed. Oh, I'm his fan. I'm his follower. Whatever he does, I will do. People just copy and emulate because they have this hero worship. So in the same way, even this what they are taking. If they're taking multivitamins, fine, I can understand. Okay, but when you're saying it's a vaccine, my dear, you just read a book. I have that book. I do not know. Wait, let me show you this book. One sec. You can see this book. This is let me show you, The Deadliest Enemies. This is by Michael Osterholm. Okay. This book is written by Michael Osterholm, who is, he was part of this team that focused on the cure for AIDS, for, all those diseases that killed people from malaria, then Ebola, SARS, MERS, all these kinds of diseases that were around the world. This guy, he literally focused on being a part of the team. He has dedicated, I think, his entire life, almost 40 years or 30 years of his life, into these committees where they literally come out with a solution. And he says in this book, it's not, I'm not checking any conspiracy theories. Just Google search the guy's name. Okay, Michael Osterholm. Okay, Michael Osterholm. This guy is an authority on the subject. He says, if nothing else, he has given his entire example of how Ebola spread, how bat-related disease spread, how SARS, MERS. He says in this book that when you're coming out of the vaccine, it takes minimum 2 years for them to come out with the vaccine, 2 years, and then another additional like 3 years to 5 years for them to be sure if the vaccine is safe or not. In one of the cases, he gives an example where I think it was Philippines, where they just haphazardly thought they discovered a vaccine and they started injecting all their children. And within a few months, these very children, they ended up in mass graves. They all died. Now, if you're going for a vaccine that is proven, let's say chickenpox, smallpox, or whatever, fine, the ones that children take. My baby has taken vaccine. I'm not one of those anti-vaccine kind of guys. Take the vaccine that has been proven by the UN, by medical journals. Don't suddenly, just because something is said in the news. In fact, what Sheikh Mohammed is doing is so wrong. It is so fucking wrong. You are saying that you have, receiving the COVID vaccine. What vaccine? Who has tested this? Now, here's the thing. We don't know. Nobody knows. Even I don't know. Nobody knows whether he's actually receiving the vaccine. But I can assure you this. I can guarantee that he, being the ruler, the most important person of the country, he's definitely not going to risk his life. No way. He's 70, man. Okay, he wouldn't risk his life. Now, let's assume that, let's play the devil's advocate. Let's assume that this is the vaccine, the vaccine. If it is the vaccine, why is nobody in the world excited about it? Why is CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, okay, forget Al Jazeera is anti-UAE, you might say. Why isn't all the newspapers in the world, international, why they, wow, UAE is discovered. Why isn't China going crazy? Why is US not doing it? Why nobody is fucking bothered? For me, this is just some dumb fuck who is part of Sheikh Mohammed's team for PR, for Dubai's image, told him, Your Highness, do this and everyone will follow suit. And Sheikh Mohammed is, he has 110 things to think about. The poor old man, just look at his face. I'll tell you, look at the photograph, look at his face. He has diabetes, he has blood pressure, he has health issues. Man, he's not going to risk trying all cocktail of new drugs, man. Here's my question to you. Would you risk your body and your family and give them a drug that nobody knows what is the side effect? Would you actually do that? No, I wouldn't. Nobody would. So it's better to go on the road that's something that is proven and approved by the UN or WHO. What UAE is doing here is, I feel UAE has some new agenda whereby they want everyone to get this, I don't know, what is this vaccine or what? I know conspiracy theorists will say, oh, it's a microchip where they want to track you and all that. So I'm not going to go all that into hi-fi mumbo jumbo. But I can tell you this much, that this vaccine for sure has not been recognized anywhere in the world. It's just Gulf News is talking about it. It's just they want everyone to start taking, I don't know, whatever this is. I don't know which vitamin or what it is. Nobody knows what are the ingredients. And they want everyone to follow suit. So personally speaking, I look at it as a publicity stunt just for everyone to say, oh, okay, if the Sheikh is taking, we can take, and for them to say Dubai has become a safe place. I can challenge you this much, that you will not see the COVID deaths, which is international. It's going to still be up there. Nothing is going to happen. Okay. And if last, if not the least, if this cure is so great, well, they should give it to all the poor people. They should give it to everyone else. Who knows who has discovered this? What? They're just saying Dubai has discovered. What? Which pharmaceutical giant? Which name? What? So for me, this is total bullshit, man. This is total bullshit. And just to summarize before I conclude, I just want to give you two other pieces of news. One is the Vienna shooting. Austria hunts for the suspect after Islamist terror attack. I'm just fed up of this Islamic nonsense that is going on. I'm personally fed up. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm just fucking fed up. This is absolute nonsense. Okay. And last but not the least, somebody sent me this body modification enthusiast spends around 400 British pounds to get a set of tusks. He wants to look like a orc. So he has his tusks which come out like this. And he wants to look like an orc. Well, what can I say? Each to his own. He is happy looking like this, and he feels he is cool, and he has tattooed his eyeballs, and he's tattooed. I don't know, how does he eat? How do you need to chew? What I look at it as is he's just going to do this because he's getting a lot of attention, but later on he's going to get fed up because obviously he can't kiss anyone. He can't kiss his girlfriend. You can't sleep around. This is not naturally how you should be. And when he gets fed up and he can't eat, eventually he'll take it out. So I find this to be absolutely, at least to me, stupidity. I mean, I don't know, man. People say my tattoos are stupid, but this is pushing the envelope even more. Anyway, so this is what I wanted to say. Let me know your thoughts. I don't delete any comments. Put down your comments down below. Is it fake? Is it real? Do you think this is just a publicity stunt? Love to hear from you. This is me signing off. Take care.
Hello there. It's me, Jesus Christ, speaking to you from heaven. All right, you? Yeah, you, my friend. Yeah, you. Look, you prayed to me every single day, and you told me I want a better paying job, and I want to change my life, and I want to be happy. Well, look, here's your answer. Contact my buddy, Machedo, of Machedo.com, and he will do the needful. Well, okay. Maybe he looks like the devil, maybe a little scary, the tattoos are slightly horrible, but trust me, okay, he looks